Okay, I want to go through the kind of things you'll have to do for the final, and I'll have some specific instructions, but I wanted to go over the Excel functions just to make sure you know what to expect. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll start with my data set. So let's pretend that these are my distances for my 20 trials, and I want to conduct the statistical analysis. Most of you should have the data analysis tool pack turned on, but if you're using a computer you've never seen before, you may need to turn it on. So to do that, we click on File, and we go to the last selection, which is Options. And we get this little window here. And what I want to do is point at add-ins and click on that. And then I want to turn on the analysis tool pack. So down here it says Excel add-ins, click Go. And we want to choose the first selection, Analysis Tool Pack, not the one that says VBA, just the first one. Click OK. And what you will see is when you click on Data, now you will have over here at the right a little tool that says Data Analysis. There are going to be two things you have to do for me using data analysis. So we click this, and the first thing we're going to do is Descriptive Statistics. So I make sure that is selected. I click OK. First thing I have to do is select my input range, and I click on the little waffle button here, and I select all of my data and click on the drop down. And then I want to set my output range, and I will have, so we check on output range and click on the waffle. I'll have a specific place I want you to put that. It's usually F and G. I like to skip columns between things on Excel. Click on the drop down, and we want to make the selection for summary statistics. It will do a lot more, but that's the main thing we need. We click OK, and it does all of our calculations for us like the beautiful piece of software that it is. The next thing we want to do is look at our data, and we can see here we have a minimum and a maximum from 5 to 9, and we need to, or 9.7. So if I have a bin range from 5 to 10, that should include all of my data. And then I'm going to count by, I don't know, let's try zero point 0.5. So the first number I put in for my bin range is 5, and the next one is 5.5 because I'm going to count by 0.5s. I select both of those cells, point at the bottom right corner until I get the black crosshair, and hold down left click and pull until I see that the value is going to be 10 and let go. That is my bin range. You'll have to play with it a little bit to make sure that you get a bin range that looks proper, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is make a histogram. So we're going to click on Data Analysis and choose Histogram. Click OK. And we're going to, again, select our input range. And we select everything, all of our data in column D. Click on the drop down here. Click on the little waffle next to bin range. And I have to move this out of the way. And I'm going to select all of this so I can select all the values I'm using for my bins. And for histograms, for the final, I want these generated as new worksheets, and I want a chart. So make sure you collect or check new worksheet and chart output. When you click OK, you will get your histogram, and you can see that we have a nice little normal distribution. We've got a couple of outliers, but overall that looks like a nice bell curve. Again, I'll have some specific things I want you to do on the exam, but that's the basics of turning on the data analysis tool pack, conducting or producing summary statistics, and generating a histogram.